So the biggest surprise from the draft last night came at the 8th spot when the Falcons, who just signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year deal with 3 years guaranteed, they drafted a quarterback. Willie's guy.
My guy.
Michael Penix Jr. It was such a surprise that GM of the Falcons, Terry Fontenot, was spotted on camera explaining the decision to the owner, Arthur Blank. What does the body language say to you right here, Craig?
Arthur Blank's like, didn't I just give $100 million guaranteed to Kirk Cousins? Because you told me that Kirk Cousins was the quarterback we needed for the next 3 years to help us win division titles. And don't we have a lot of other needs on this team, like in every position on the field other than running back? And we're going to draft a guy that, by your own admission, might not play until year 4 or year 5. Like that, if you want to look at that.
What are you laughing at? What's so funny?
Just look at the body language in the video. Just play the video again. Look at every single person in the room is just looking at Fontenot like, what are you doing? There's only the child. Only the child next to the TV is the only one who's on his side.
And the craziest thing about it is, look, I've been in some of these rooms pre-draft, and I'm sure you've talked to guys that have done this as well. They run through mock drafts like 1,000 times. That's what they do, right? Like they pour over tape. They discuss possibilities of if this guy goes, if that guy goes. And every one of these teams, I guess, other than the Falcons, has a huge white erase board, right? Yes. And they have their list of guys. Best player available list, by position list, by need list. That's how every team does it. And I've been in 3 or 4 of these rooms for different franchises in the NFL. They all do it very similarly, right? The Falcons apparently don't.
That's not true.
You just gave a dude $100 million guaranteed to play quarterback. And when the GM comes out and goes, best case scenario, Penix doesn't play until year 4 or 5, the owner at some point goes, I'm never leaving you guys alone in a room again before the draft, because walk me through why we just used a high first-round pick on a guy that you don't want to see on the field for the next 3 or 4 years.
That's not the dumbest thing they did. How about not giving a quarterback who's coming off an Achilles $100 million to lead your franchise? And also, this is about winning now and later. And this is not the only time something like this has happened. Talk about Aaron Rodgers going to Green Bay. You know who's the quarterback at the time? Brett Favre. Talk about Jordan Love, right? Going to Green Bay. You know who the quarterback at the time? Aaron Rodgers. So for me, I like what they did. They're shoring up the future. One thing
Can I just stop you for a second? I want to point by point with you. I'm not disagreeing with that point you just made. The difference is that Green Bay had a history of success. Green Bay was a Super Bowl-worthy team every one of those years, from Brett Favre through Aaron Rodgers.
You got to start somewhere.
With Jordan Love.
You got to start somewhere.
But, dude, you have so many other talented guys available that could play today.
I don't disagree. They needed an edge rusher. They needed offensive line help. Right now, when you're a franchise, year after year, we know this because we're Jets fans, it is miserable to draft a quarterback year after year in the first round.
We've done.
At some point, you got to plug the holes. That's what they did. Bottom line.
What hole did they plug? The guy's not going to play.
They got a quarterback now and for later. Now go build the team up. The draft isn't over.
By the time Penix is allowed to play, he'll be 30.
What happens when Kirk Cousins comes on the field with his torn Achilles and he's a shell of himself?
I guess you're going to go to the rookie quarterback?
Willie, let me put this in terms you understand. This is like going to a steakhouse and ordering a steak and telling the server, be like, can I also get one to go? It's like, I mean, you're going to be full. You have Kirk Cousins. You don't need
another quarterback. This is the dumbest pick of the draft.
It's not.
It's the, and look, and here's the deal. I know you like Penix, so I get where this is coming from. You want to see the kid drafted. You believe in the kid, and that's all well and good. And I respect that. You know, you've watched him play a lot of football, and you like what you see on tape of him. I respect that. This happens to be the dumbest pick in the entire first round.
The dumbest pick in the first round was the Oakland Raiders taking Brock Bowers when you just drafted a big tight end out of Notre Dame a year ago.
I disagree. Generational talent. You can't have enough of those generational talent. Yeah, now there's it's funny how Atlanta Falcons fans reacted to this.
They didn't know what to do.
Well, you put me in a very bad spot.
Oh, I know what you want to say.
What do you want to say?
Well, there's
what do you want to say, Craig?
There is some concern among some Falcon fans Well, I mean, how do I say this delicately?
They need to sell tickets, right? Right. And the last time they were a blockbuster is when they had a black quarterback. It's called about feeding the demographic.
A black lefty quarterback?
Yeah, by the name of Michael Vick. Right. Listen, when you go to McDonald's in Mexico, they sell tacos. It's about feeding the demographic. If you go to McDonald's in Italy, they serve wood-fire pizza. Yeah. I'm okay with the Falcons going, listen, we are Atlanta. We don't have a black community. We need a black quarterback. Let's keep it a buck. I said it for you. Okay.
I didn't even see that angle.
Yeah.
Keep the dogs inside.
Hey, man, I got you. That's what I'm here for. I know I'm the token black guy on the show. I'm with you.
Oh.
Let's get you. Hey, you just got to know what you're doing. Oh, Buford, I love you too. Yeah. Yes.
Anyhow,
you want to keep starting? Let's keep it a buck. It's Friday. Let's just keep it going.
Go.
The Atlanta Falcons took Michael Penix. I will say this.
Do you think they intentionally took Michael Penix? Because the way the body language looks in that video.
Dog owners?
Yeah, honestly, it feels like they didn't even mean to. It feels like Fontenot is explaining to Arthur Blank, like, okay, so look at the hands. He's like, okay, so here's what happened. We wanted to get a receiver, however, when he turns his body language.
Here's the other thing. Whenever they show the draft room, right, and they show all the guys in jackets and ties, they're always celebrating the pick.
I was just about to say that.
Like every other video you saw last night, it's the bro hug, the whole bit. We're very excited. We got the guy we wanted. That's the only war room
explanation
where you got 20 dudes going, I got to get my resume on LinkedIn again, son of a gun. So, yeah, I don't think Falcon fans are happy about this at all. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.